Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news now, guys. If there's one thing that's been buzzing around the NFL lately, especially among Browns fans, it's the trade deadline, which is creeping up fast. And this year, there's a lot of speculation, a lot of rumors swirling about one player in particular, Shedeur Sanders. Yes, you heard that right. The rookie quarterback from Colorado, who Cleveland drafted in the 5th round, is suddenly the center of attention. Now, why is that? Well, let me break it down for you. Sanders, who surprisingly slid down the draft board, was considered a bit of a gamble, but the Browns saw something in him. They scooped him up, and ever since then, he's been steadily climbing the depth chart. But here's the thing. The team hasn't shown much indication that he'll be seeing any meaningful snaps this season. That's not unusual, though. When you look at how NFL teams operate, especially with rookie quarterbacks, patience is often the name of the game. Cleveland, with their current roster, has Dorian Thompson-Robinson and P.J. Walker ahead of Sanders, and that's probably not changing anytime soon. Still, that doesn't mean Sanders isn't intriguing. In fact, with other teams out there desperately looking for quarterback help, Sanders could be a pretty appealing low-risk, high-upside prospect. He's still very early in his development, but his talent and potential are evident. You can see the raw tools, the arm strength, the mobility, the playmaking ability. Now, that's where things get really interesting. Cleveland holds 2 first-round picks next year, which gives them a lot of flexibility. They could decide to hold on to Sanders, develop him further, maybe see what he can do if the opportunity arises later in the season. Or if the right offer comes along, they might consider dealing him. And that's where the rumors come in hot and heavy. According to some sources, the Browns might be open to trading Sanders if they get a compelling offer, and one team being floated as a potential suitor is the New York Jets. Yes, the Jets, who are gearing up for a crucial game against Cleveland after their bye week. Now, what makes this scenario even more interesting is the situation with the Jets' current quarterback, Justin Fields. He's been underperforming, struggling to find consistency, and honestly, it's been a tough season for him. The Jets sit at 1-7, and their offense has been one of the worst in the league. Despite signing Fields to a 2-year, $40 million deal this past offseason, the results just haven't been there. Jets owner Woody Johnson has been publicly critical, even throwing some shade at Fields' performance, saying, "It's hard when you have a quarterback with a rating that we've got. If we could just complete a pass, it would look good." That's a pretty blunt critique, and you can imagine the frustration inside that organization. And with the Jets' season spiraling and patience wearing thin, the possibility of a midseason trade becomes even more plausible. The Jets are desperately searching for answers, and with Cleveland's need at quarterback and Sanders' potential, this could be a match made in NFL heaven. Remember, the Jets have been trying to make things work with Fields, but his struggles have been well documented. The team has been trying to salvage the season while also looking for long-term solutions. So, if Cleveland decides to listen to offers, and if the Jets see Sanders as a potential answer to their problems, we could see this deal happen before the trade deadline on November 4th. And let's not forget the timing here. Cleveland is heading to MetLife Stadium right after their bye week to face the Jets. Imagine the storylines if Sanders ends up on the opposing sideline, wearing green instead of brown. It would be a narrative straight out of a Hollywood script. But the more likely scenario, as things stand now, is that Sanders remains in Cleveland for the time being. The Browns are probably going to hold on to him, at least until they see how the rest of the season unfolds. Meanwhile, the Browns are still riding the wave of their current season, which has been a mixed bag, to say the least. Their record might not look stellar at the moment, but there is a sense that they have the pieces to turn things around. And part of that puzzle is their current quarterback situation, with Dillon Gabriel getting the start for now. Gabriel, who's in his 2nd season, has gone 1-3 as the starter, and he's struggled to ignite the offense. Averaging just 4.9 yards per attempt, it's clear that the passing game isn't clicking the way it needs to be. Without consistent explosive plays through the air, Cleveland's offense has been somewhat stifled. But here's the thing, Cleveland has invested heavily in their roster, and they're not just going to give up on Gabriel overnight. Head coach Kevin Stefanski has emphasized that the issues aren't solely on the quarterback. He pointed out that playing good on offense is about 11 guys on the field and us as coaches doing our job. It's a team effort, and the coaching staff is looking at the bigger picture. Stefanski also addressed the question of Sanders getting a chance to play, and his answer was pretty clear. It's not his current focus. For now, Sanders is still recovering from a back injury that sidelined him before the Patriots game. Over the bye week, Sanders stayed in Cleveland, focusing on treatment and getting healthy. On a recent live stream, he mentioned that he's using this time to prepare himself for when his number is called. He said, "I can't make it out there. I wish I could, though, but it just can't happen. I got treatment out here. I can't be I gotta get ready, big ready." That's the mindset of a young quarterback who knows his time will come, and he's doing everything he can to be ready when that moment arrives. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. Cleveland's season, despite the ups and downs, has shown some promise. The defense has been relatively solid, and there's a sense that with some improvements on offense, they could really start to contend. The key is consistency, and that's where Gabriel's performance comes into play. If he continues to struggle, or if the coaching staff feels they need a spark, Sanders' name will be front and center. It's a delicate balancing act: develop the rookie, keep the veteran healthy, and stay competitive in a tough AFC North. And of course, the AFC North itself is a battleground. With teams like Baltimore and Pittsburgh fighting hard, every division game counts. Cleveland knows that, and they're eager to make moves that can help them get over the hump. The trade deadline, looming on November 4th, could be the turning point. If the Browns decide to make a bold move for Sanders, it could send shockwaves through the division. But even if they don't, the narrative around Sanders and the Browns' quarterback situation is only going to intensify as the season progresses. Fans are keeping a close eye on every practice, every game, and every rumor that floats around. As we wrap up, it's clear that the Browns are in a fascinating spot. They have a young, talented quarterback in Sanders, who's just beginning to show flashes of potential. They have a veteran in Gabriel trying to find his rhythm. And they have a coaching staff that's trying to balance development with winning now. The trade rumors add an extra layer of intrigue, especially with a division rival like the Jets potentially interested in Sanders. It's a storyline that could define the rest of the season and beyond. Browns fans, this is what makes this season so exciting: the possibility of dramatic changes, bold moves, and the pursuit of that ultimate goal, a Super Bowl appearance. So stay tuned, keep supporting your team, and keep your eyes glued to the latest updates. The NFL is never short of surprises, and Cleveland's story is only getting more interesting. Remember, this is a team with a rich history, passionate fans, and a bright future, and the trade deadline could be the catalyst for some unforgettable moments. What do you think, Browns fans? Do you believe Sanders will be traded or stay and develop? Would you like to see him get his shot sooner rather than later? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I want to hear your take. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, analysis, and all things Cleveland Browns. Keep the faith, and let's see what the future holds for this team that we all love so much. And now, Cleveland Browns fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cleveland Browns. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Cleveland Browns news.